So we're here at CART Innovation TV. I'm joined by Nick Dalgaard at Worldline. He will give a quick introduction to himself, and then we will talk about dynamic currency conversion at ATM and beyond.
Thank you, John. Thank you for having me here today. Very happy to be able to present our topic at CARTS. So yes, my name is Nick Dalgaard. I'm responsible for acquiring processing in the global business line, financial processing and software licensing in Worldline. Worldline is a company with more than 40 years of experience. We are a European leader in transaction and payment processing services. In 2014, we had revenues in excess of 1.1 billion euro. And we employ 7,300 people worldwide. Worldline provides end-to-end digital services, B2B and B2C vertical solutions, and customized payment processing solutions. Our portfolio is based on a deep expertise in payment processing and is combined with proven platforms and secure platforms of payment to contribute to our clients' strategic businesses. Our competencies are based on 3 pillars of services, so merchant services and terminals, financial processing and software licensing, which is the global business line I belong to, and e-transaction and e-mobility services.
Okay, so I mean, we've talked a little about dynamic currency conversion, but for the audience and those of us that do not know, perhaps you could tell a little more about dynamic currency conversion at ATM, how that works, and just introduce the subject for us.
Okay, so I will certainly explain you what is DCC, but first I'm happy to tell you that together with FEXCO, we are partnering to offer an end-to-end solution for dynamic currency conversion, DCC, to banks and ATM owners on the European market. So dynamic currency conversion, DCC, is a solution that can be offered to a cardholder who is withdrawing money at an ATM in a country with a currency different from that of his home currency. So in fact, the currency conversion will be done at the ATM. The exchange rate will be fixed at the withdrawal time. So the cardholder will know exactly the amount that he will pay for that withdrawal in his home currency. For Worldline and FEXCO, we think that there's a strong need for this service. We do think that it's an exciting offer for ATM owners, for banks, for acquire banks, and certainly for international cardholders.
Okay, so obviously it simplifies things for the end user, but for your business partners and clients, what are the major benefits for them?
Okay, so I think, as you say, there are 2 main benefits from 2 main stakeholders. So the first stakeholder being the cardholder or the consumer, if you want, and the second one being the bank who owns the ATM network or the independent ATM provider. So if we take the cardholder first, so the benefits are clearly that he will have a choice, he will have transparency, he will reduce his risk, he will certainly have a better ability to manage the money that he withdraws abroad, and finally he will benefit from competition. So if we take each of those separately, the choice comes from the fact that he does not have to rely on the card scheme and the issuer bank to process and to convert the transaction. He has now a choice of that offer right at the ATM. In fact, the transparency comes from the fact that the exchange rate will be visible to him at the screen of the ATM, which he can either accept or not. He can actually check the rate, on his smartphone. He can bring it out, check what's the current exchange rate between euro and dollar, and then he, can choose or not to use this rate before carrying out the transaction. The reduction of risk is thanks to the fact that the exchange rate is fixed. Okay, so the exchange rate is fixed at the ATM. He does not have to worry about the exchange rate fluctuation some days after, when normally his issuing bank will process the transaction. We've seen that, like euro dollar or euro Swiss francs, you can have quite big fluctuations on currency exchange rates, even in a short space of time. And regarding the competition, well, it's important to say that DCC replaces the existing process that's usually applied by the card scheme and the issuing banks. In fact, the DCC provides a fair competition, for the fees and the exchange rates, which ultimately will benefit the consumer. So this is for the cardholder. Now, for the ATM owner, of course, the first and most important benefit is that he can benefit from additional revenue from transactions already taking place on his ATM network. Because, of course, international cardholders, they come to Paris or they come to London and they withdraw money from ATMs. But today, maybe they don't have the offer of the DCC and the ATM. If the bank offers, or the ATM offers this service, it's an additional revenue stream for him that he doesn't have today. And at the same time, he's offering a service to the international cardholder. So, I mean, there are plenty of other benefits for the ATM owner also. Let's just take one, saying that he does not have any exchange rate risk. I mean, the risk of the fluctuations of exchange rates, which of course persist, is fully absorbed by FEXCO, our partner. So, it's really a win-win for the ATM owner and for the cardholder, having this service provided by Worldline and FEXCO.
Excellent. So more transparency, better understanding, more business through new revenues or increased revenues. So all partners win. Excellent. So plenty there to get people interested. And I guess, what gets you most excited about dynamic currency conversion, and where can we see this going in the future as well?
So, I mean, for me personally, I would say, as an international traveler, obviously I withdraw money at ATMs. I'm happy when I'm offered DCC, which is not that often. For example, in France and Belgium, we have normally no DCC at ATM, so it's a new service to be provided by the banks. I like the fact that I have a choice. Today I don't have a choice. When I withdraw money in a country with a currency different than my home currency, I will be forced to accept whatever exchange rate down the line will be fixed by the card schemes and the issuer. With DCC at ATM, I can check the rate. Okay, so I have transparency, I have choice. I reduce the risk of the currency fluctuations. And I know when I've withdrawn, let's say, pounds or dollars, if I'm in the UK or the US, I know that the equivalent amount in euros, which I'm used to managing. So I know better, what when I'm spending my cash, I know what it is. Okay, so for me personally, for Worldline and FEXCO, as I said in the beginning, we think that there is a need in the market. We're excited about our solution. It's ready. The time to market for ATM owners or ATM acquirers can greatly be improved by using this solution that's there. I think every day any ATM owner is waiting to introduce DCC on his ATM is lost euros for him or lost dollars, because this revenue is just waiting there at the end of the line to have this service. So, no time to waste, I would say. For Worldline as a whole, clearly the DCC fits in our wider capabilities of financial processing. We also offer ATM services to manage full ATM estates and so on. So DCC is a kind of value-added service on top of our existing portfolio of services. And finally, you mentioned the word beyond. So clearly we're discussing with FEXCO and preparing solutions for DCC on other payment channels. For example, on the mobile phone, on the internet, and so on, to provide even greater benefits for potential customers.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing that and trying it out on my mobile phone in the near future.
I look forward to providing it.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for enlightening us about DCC at ATM.
My
and beyond.
pleasure.